What up, dude bros? I'm Frank. This is a video review of the Nerf Mega Accustrike Bulldog. The Bulldog is a spring-powered, single-shot, 3-barrel blaster that converts. Super gimmicky, but pretty fun. Let's get into the review. Included is the blaster, detached sight, detached ammo holder, 6 Accustrike Mega Darts, and the instructions. These are detached for shipping purposes. After you assemble the blaster, it's not designed to be removed. External overview of the Bulldog starting up at the front. This is a single-shot blaster, but it has 3 barrels up front. To load, you just front load like this. The Bulldog includes the new Accustrike Mega Darts, which are way more accurate than the old Mega Darts, but of course the blaster is compatible with the old Mega Darts as well. The Bulldog only fires one at a time, but it has a smart AR system, so if you only load one barrel, it'll fire whatever's loaded. Above the barrels is a front sling mount. Down here is a vertical grip. Well, it's vertical in this position, but it can also be horizontal. When you activate the tactical transformer mode, you can do that by pushing this orange button here. It's in a really comfortable spot. It feels more like a magazine release than a convert button. But when you press that, you're able to convert the blaster down to the smaller form. When the blaster converts, there are 3 moving parts: the stock, the vertical grip, and the little front sight. The side orange button releases the lock, so you're able to collapse the blaster, but when you want to expand it, you don't have to push the button. You can just pull on the vertical grip or the stock. And once it's expanded, it locks into the expanded position until you press that button, so that allows you to collapse it, like I said. The flip-up sight up top is a grenade launcher style of sight, where it has a bunch of arrows here that correspond with the front sight right here. So depending on the range of your target, you align different arrows here to align the trajectory of your dart. And shooting the Accustrike Mega Darts, you might actually hit something, so it's something of a functional sight. With original Mega Darts, it's not going to help at all because Mega Darts just go all over the place. Behind the flip-up sight is an Accustrike tactical rail up on the top, so you can mount your optic or whatever. And behind that is the priming handle. The prime weight is very light and it's a very smooth action. On the left side of the blaster are 3 ammo slots, which allow you to hold 3 Mega Darts at the ready for a faster reload. Down to the trigger pull is pretty normal. This blaster does not have slam fire. To the grip, this is a slightly smaller grip than usual, but I find it pretty comfortable considering the compact nature of the blaster. Granted, the very short stock interferes with my wrist personally, but the grip itself is fairly comfortable and pretty ergonomic. And at the bottom of the grip, we have a lanyard or a sling mount. Back to the stock. Now you can see it's very short, and I don't think it's practical to actually use as a legitimate stock. And because you won't be using it as a real stock, and you especially won't be priming it off the shoulder stock, it's not that big of a deal that it's so rattly and kind of unstable. And it rattles and it's a little unstable because of the conversion mechanism. It would be very difficult to make that a super stable stock. So it's not great, but I'm not really complaining about it because it's not especially relevant. But let's get real, this blaster is super gimmicky, so it's difficult to approach the review from a legitimate performance nerfer mindset. And at the back of the stock, we have another sling mount. To elaborate on the converting mechanism, now in the expanded form, it's not able to recollapse. Now I have tried it, and if you really crank on it, you can shut it and break the mechanism, but it's not designed to be closed until you press the button. And when you press the button, you can push on the vertical grip here or on the stock, and everything closes together. And again, to open, you can pull down on the vertical grip or pull on the stock like that. Unfortunately, once it's open, there's no way to shut the sight unless you want to break the ratchet system. So if you wanted to put on a big scope or something in the expanded form, you can't because it's obstructed right here. That is an external overview of the Bulldog. Once again, you front load 3 darts, you pull back the priming handle, and you pew pew. Let's go to the firing demo. Starting with the included Accustrike Mega Darts. Now shooting regular Mega Darts. Operating the Mega Bulldog was more fun than I was anticipating, but personally I was anticipating another Deploy, which is my least favorite blaster of all time. So compared to that, anything is better, right? But I didn't have any jams and malfunctions, and it's somewhat fun to use. Again, this is more of a gimmicky style blaster. It's not a performance Nerf blaster. So if you approach it trying to destroy other humans, you're gonna have a bad time. But if you approach it trying to have, a fun plinking time, you might enjoy it. But if you're curious at all about the Mega Accustrike versus the old style Mega, definitely buy the Mega Accustrike darts. Compared to the old Mega darts, these are just way better. blaster. The old Mega darts were just terribly inaccurate and just waved all over the place. The Accustrike darts, though, shoot pretty precisely and very consistently, so you might actually hit what you're aiming at. To compare the Bulldog to other Mega blasters, I put it up on my chronograph, and with the included Mega Accustrike darts, achieved an average velocity of 64 feet per second. And with the original Mega darts, I achieved an average velocity of 70 feet per second. So the Bulldog shoots pretty much like other Mega blasters on the market right now, and the difference in Mega Accustrike and normal Mega is also consistent with other blasters I've tested. But don't worry about the small FPS drop, the Mega Accustrike darts are totally worth using. That's all of the objective information on the Bulldog. Now to my personal opinion. Overall, I'm satisfied with the blaster, but to be honest, I wasn't expecting anything. Like I said, I was expecting a deploy version 2, which I despise. But getting that garbage out of my mind, the Bulldog, it doesn't jam or malfunction. It's very gimmicky, but, for what it's trying to do, it does it fairly well. The expand and collapse mechanism works fairly well. Now, it's not super rigid, so if you're like a really aggressive person who wants to put your hands and crank everything, you might break the blaster. But the blaster's not really intended for that playstyle, and it's definitely suited for a smaller body type, like a younger nerfer, because it's miniature. I'm an adult, I'm a big dude, so my hands feel too close together here. I'd rather have my front hand a little further back, and I'd like a larger stock, so the Bulldog's definitely designed for a smaller, younger nerfer. But if you don't stress the conversion mechanism too hard, it'll work pretty well. And the performance is in line with other Mega blasters on the market right now, so there's no objective reason I would caution you away from purchasing the Bulldog. But it is a gimmicky blaster. I don't think they tried to conceal that fact. It looks gimmicky. Go-Go Gadget, tactical expanding blaster. Like, I don't know what they're trying here. And practically speaking, there's no real reason you need this tiny stock because it's too short to actually use along with the vertical grip. It's just too wobbly to be practically used. So you could make the argument it would be a better blaster if they just completely removed the stock and just used a 3-shot pistol. But at that point, why not buy a Cyclone Shock? It has more ammo and it's, about the same size. So if you think too logically like that, obviously it's not the right blaster for you. But if you're like, it expands, I must have that, you'll enjoy, doing that. And the front flip-up sight looks kind of funny. You could say it's ready for action. Oh, yeah. Because it's in fight mode, obviously. Average Mega performance, no jams or malfunctions, no objective reason not to buy it. If you're into it, go for it. That's my somewhat pointless review of the Mega Accustrike Bulldog. I'll put a purchase link in the description box below if you'd like to buy one. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, bros, and as always, stay tactical.